What's going on, everybody? Today I want to showcase a new method of making a ton of platinum with your hilts, because a lot of us recommended buying rare crests, and I want to go through the math from the rare crests and another method in this video to show you how you can make 3 times as much platinum as a free-to-play. Let's get into it. So we're headed over to the Hilts Trader to talk about the method that I would highly recommend. If we go into the shop here, you can see in the top right, I have 26,000 hilts because I'm saving them up for a potential buff to rare crests, because rare crests, unfortunately, are very, very low value. Now, it's one of the only ways a free-to-play player can progress their account, so I absolutely understand if you're purchasing these up. Normal gems are also another good way to spend your hilts in order for you to get some damage and life. But what I want to talk about today is charms. Now, these unfortunately have a weekly purchase limit of 3, which means you can only spend 3 of these per week. But you could also get them from the limited time shop, which is really, really nice. So you can get usually about 1 a day and then 3 per week. And so if you start to stack these up, which you should buy them every single time you see them for the extra platinum, you should definitely start stockpiling them, and we'll go over the method in just a bit. And then save up your hilts, because you'll absolutely stack up your hilts, and then purchase the remainder with the rare crests and the normal gems. But you should absolutely be scooping up these simple charms. Now, why is this? Well, really, we are going to get a lot more value from these charms, and we're going to talk about the method right now. So how are we going to make money from charms, or how are we going to get value from charms? Because the charm system itself is extremely RNG based, and you can see behind me, my charm has 5 skill bonuses. 2 of them are not even for my class, and the 2 of them are not even for skills that I normally use with my class. And so this isn't really a whole lot of progression for your character. This is like a whale luxury when you get to that point where you can upgrade your skill bonuses. And so what you're going to want to do is turn those rank 5 charms into skill stones. And when you go ahead and turn them into skill stones, you can actually sell them on the market. If we just go to buy, click on skill stones, you can see people have skill stones of all sorts here. And you absolutely could sell these skill stones for maximum value. And you can see here, this one's selling for $21.25. That's because you sell them for $2,500, and then you get $21.25 back. So you can see here, this one is 2 wizard skills. This one has 1 of each. This one has 3 wizard skills. This one's actually a particularly good wizard one, which I probably should have kept. And then we have 2 crusader, and then a bunch of random ones. So you can see here, these are not particularly good ones. Like, for example, this one is just 1 of each skill, and it's still selling for absolute maximum. And so because we're getting $21.25 platinum, we can actually make money from charms. Now, how do we turn them into rank 5s? I'll do a quick overview of this because I've already made a video on this. But in order to make a charm up to rank 5, you need to go out and upgrade this 4 times with alchemical powder, which means you need 80 alchemical powder. How do you get alchemical powder? Well, you go ahead and salvage your charms for 10 powder each, which means you need 9 charms total, 1 to actually upgrade, and then 8 charms to get the powder in order for you to upgrade that 1 charm. And then after you do it, you need to turn it into a skill stone. And I don't know why I'm walking away from the charm craftsman, but in order to turn it into a skill stone, you extract a rank 5 charm. If I go ahead and unequip my charm currently, we can see that when we extract this, it actually costs 500 platinum. So we're not quite making 21.25, we're making 16.25 platinum. So we see how much money these skill stones can actually make. We've seen the hilt costs of the charms. Now I want to compare this to rare crests just to see the value of the charms. Now I've already run a few and they're in my mail currently, but we have 1 rare crest. Let's go ahead and just run it real quick and see what we get from rare crests. Now, for those of you that don't know, rare crests will help you with the fading ember a tiny bit, although you could get that from other players as well. You don't necessarily need your rare crests, but more importantly, if they're going to drop runes for you to craft. The fading ember is responsible for the random gem craft, but the rare crests themselves allow you to craft the guaranteed 2 and 1 star gems, which basically turn into gem power. Or if you're a free-to-play player and you're a low spender, you may be using some of the 1 and 2 stars. in your build in order for you to get some value out of that. So you may want some duplicates of those. However, they are untradeable, and so oftentimes they are used for gem power rather than the skill stone, which can be turned directly into platinum. So not only are you going to get the extra platinum, which is much more freedom, you're also just going to get more value from the platinum in terms of gem power than you would have doing the rare crests. And I'm gonna go ahead and skip ahead here so you can see the actual drops from the rare crests and then compare it to my other drops and give you an idea. So we've ended the match, and you can see on the floor we have 4 runes. So I'm gonna go ahead and just leave the match, and it'll get sent to my mail. And we'll just showcase in my mail, I've saved a few up. And every single time that I've run a rare crest, it is exactly the same. And that is, you're gonna get 4 runes, one of which is going to be a Addy rune. Another one's going to be a random blue rune, you can see here. And then we get 2 common runes, or perhaps 3 common runes instead of the blue rune, which we just got there. Now, what do we do with these? Well, if we jump over to the crafting chain, the apprentice jeweler here, you can actually craft runes with these. However, because it costs you so many runes to craft, it's actually worse in terms of value because you have to spend so many more hilts for those rare crests. Now, if we just jump into the crafting menu here, we can see that one 1-star gem is going to need, a 2-star gem is going to need 28 Addy runes. The blue runes aren't really viable. And for those of you that might say, oh, but you can trade your blue runes up into the gold runes, you have to use Fading Ember for that. And guess what? You need Fading Ember to purchase Fa runes for your random crafts. So you can't really trade up your runes. You have to rely on your Addy rune income. And unfortunately, even for a 1-star, they're basically 1/4 of how good the 2-stars or how much cost the 2-stars are. And that's because you get 4 times the gem power from a 2-star. So they're basically the same value, just kind of depends on what you need. If you need gem power, it doesn't matter. If you need a certain gem, you're going to want to craft that one. And so what this means is that because we need 7 rare crests in order for us to get 1 gem power, this comes to about, I'll put the spreadsheet up on screen here, and we need overall, or we get overall, 0.183 gem power per rare crest. Now, this is also including the low chance that you might get a 1-star gem from these. And that means that you are getting significantly less value from these rare crests because per gem power based on platinum, again, I'll put that spreadsheet up on screen here. You can see that the rare crests cost you 300 hilts. The charms basically cost you about 900 hilts due to the fact that you need 9 charms. And then you're going to get a certain amount of platinum. And so you can compare the two, and the charm value is basically 3 times as valuable, a little bit less than the rare crests in terms of platinum gain. However, keep in mind that you cannot sell the stuff from your rare crests into platinum. And so you can't even have the option to do that. It's pure gem power, whereas the charm gives you that freedom. Now, again, you're not going to be able to go ahead and spend all your hilts on charms, but you should absolutely do it every single time you get the chance, just because of how impactful those charms are for your platinum gain. So I highly, highly recommend every single player goes and purchases up those charms from the Hilts Trader. I'm going to go ahead and start doing it myself after running the numbers. I am very confident in the effectiveness of charms. I'm still waiting out on potential buffs to rare crests here, and that may never come, but I don't think the rare crests are worth it. If you are a mid-tier spender or even spend a couple $100, these rare crests will basically provide nothing for your account. So I would recommend saving them for now, at least for the next couple of weeks, maybe a couple months, and they may buff them in the future, which would be nice because you'll have a stockpile of them. But with all of that, I am going to go ahead and head you all off to the next video tomorrow because we are going to be making a bunch of platinum, and I hope you are as well. That being said, I will see you tomorrow.